How's it going, everybody? You're watching Dad versus CPS. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about something called the docket sheet, right? That is a DOCKET, docket sheet. Okay. Sometimes we want to go to the courthouse, right? Whatever court that we're in, okay, and we want to know what exactly it is that is filed in our case, right? It's useful information, first of all, right? And two, it allows you to see all the documents that are in your case without having to purchase them all, which is ridiculous if some of those documents are just yours, right? And you have them already, right? It makes no sense to just walk in there and say, I want all the files filed in my case, and you've already filed like 10, 12, 20 documents, right? And you don't want to buy your documents, right? You want to buy the other documents, right? And sometimes you're able to get these documents for free, right? Sometimes you're not, right? But you can get them, okay? It just depends on the situation. Okay, we'll go more into that in a bit. But the documents that you want to get, if you're just trying to get the list of documents that are filed in your case, right? It seems very easy that you can just go into the courthouse and just ask for it. Can I just get a list of all the papers that are filed in the court in my case, right? And you would think that they would give it to you, right? But you're gonna come to find out that they're gonna come at you with things like, well, I mean, that's probably a lot of documents. Do you know what document it is that you want, right? They'll probably tell you, right? Do you know when it was filed? Do you know how many pages it is, right? And they'll just throw you off, and somehow they will just elude that thought or process that you had to the point where you're not getting anything, right? And that's not how you want it to end up, okay? So you want to be able to walk in there very effectively and just get what you want. So the document that you want, right, pertaining to the entire list of documents filed in your case, okay, that document is called the docket sheet, okay? Now, some other courts may call it something else. They may call it the case summary, okay? Right? Yeah, I'm here in Dimmitt County right now, okay? And the county clerk over here literally calls it the list of papers filed. Like, seriously. Like, I could not believe, like, what he was actually showing me. Now, that's just another paper aside from the docket sheet, okay, that he stapled on the side of my folder, okay? But there still is the docket sheet, okay? And the docket sheet, okay, this document contains all documents that are filed in your case. It tells you the name of the document. It tells you when that document was filed. It tells you the person who filed it, okay? It tells you when they filed it. It tells you if the filer's name, right? It'll tell you if it was the plaintiff, right? Or it'll tell you if it was the defendant, or it'll tell you if it was by an attorney, or sometimes it might say that it was from a non-attorney filer, right? It just depends, every county and every court is going to make their docket sheet different, right? It's not the same. It's going to be different everywhere, okay? But when you're asking for the files, for the documents pertaining to your case, okay, you're asking for the docket sheet. That is what it's called, okay? Um, uh, Refer to it as a table of contents, if you will, okay? Refer to it as an index, okay? These are things that you can really tell them, right? To help let them know what it is that you know what you're looking for. Come on, the docket sheet, the table of contents, the index, right? The list of papers that's filed. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I don't want to, see all the files, and I don't want to, have you go through everything and jump on that computer. I just want you to print, the docket sheet. That's all, right? And then I'll look at the docket sheet, right? And how much is it, right? And that one page or 2 pages or however many pages the docket sheet is, because it may be a lot of pages, right? It may be just a few, right? It may be just one, okay? They may just give it to you for free, right? They may just print it out and just show it to you, and you don't have to buy it, but you're able to view the documents, right? Sometimes you can tell them if they're looking on the computer and the screen's right in front of them, right? You can probably even tell them, can I see that? can you turn the screen this way so I can see? Let me see. And I've done this before, right? And you can actually take a look at the screen and see what it looks like, right? And I've had clerks before literally turn the monitor for me and just show me the screen, right? And I'm looking at it, right? And I'm just like, yes, 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 right? You know, it's all the stuff that you want to know. The docket sheet is going to contain the list of documents filed in that case, right? The persons who filed it, the names of the persons who filed it. It's gonna the dates they filed it. It's gonna tell you any court related event. It's going to tell you any scheduled hearings, past, present, or in the future, right? And things like that. Wow, the docket sheet is very important. The docket sheet is one of the most valuable things in your case. Okay? It'll tell you when the motions are filed. It'll tell you when the petition was filed. It'll tell you the very first document that was filed in your case. It'll tell you the last standing order, right? This tells you effectively how to work your case. If you knew what was filed in your case, well, wow, you can literally move your case the way you want to now, right? Let me give you an example, right? Let's just say that this is a CPS case, right? And you want to know how it is that they took your kid, right? Well, you ask for the docket sheet, right? And they print it out and you see it, and the docket sheet's going to tell you the very first document that was filed, right? Or first documents that were filed in that on that docket sheet, right? And if it's a CPS case, the first thing that starts that case is going to be a petition, okay? Just so you know, okay? So a petition starts a case. What is a petition? A petition is a request from somebody, and if it's CPS, well, obviously it's them, requesting the court to grant an order to do something, right? To force you to enroll in family-based services, to force you to take the child to the emergency medical care services or whatever it is, the hospital, or right, a petition to for emergency protection of a child, right? Petition for to appoint a temporary managing conservator of a child for a child being in exurgent circumstances. Whatever the petition is, it's going to be filed in the docket sheet, right? It's going to be listed there. I'm sorry, right? So it's very useful information. The docket sheet will show you, right, that a petition, okay, will be filed with an affidavit in support of that petition, along with a order granting whatever it is they're asking in that petition. 3 documents, all filed the same day, all listed on the docket sheet. Do you see what I'm saying? How this docket sheet is very, very useful information. If you were in divorce court, right, and somebody filed against you, right, and say you're the wife, and the husband's asking for a change or modification of the parent-child relationship, he's asking for the children to be placed with him, okay, well then he would file a petition to modify the parent-child relationship. Do you see what I'm saying? And he would have to file his affidavit in support of his petition, or whatever he's saying in the petition. He has to support it, okay? And then there would be an order granting the petition to modify parent-child relationship, right? In other words, they'd be giving him custody back, right? Or conservatorship, right? So, but all this will be listed on the docket sheet, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so if somebody was in criminal court, okay, and they wanted to know just exactly how it is that they were brought to court. I mean, how did they do this to you? Why are you here? Right? It didn't happen this way. It happened this other way. Right? And you know that, but you don't know what it is that's going on in court because you just haven't been told about it. So how do you know? Right? Well, you ask for the docket sheet. If you're in county court and you caught a misdemeanor, okay, then you go to the court and you ask the clerk of the court, okay, find their office, okay, and you ask, okay, you ask for the docket sheet. The docket sheet is going to show you, okay, if you're in criminal court, okay, there's something probably called a complaint. Well, I know it is, right? The complaint. That is what starts the case against you, okay? There can also be an indictment, okay, but that's going to be in felony court, which is district court, okay? Now I'm talking about Texas, guys, okay? Okay, well, let me jump back to the other states. If you're in the other states, right, you're probably more than likely going to be in the Superior Court, okay, that I've seen. And there's another court too. It's called the Chancery Court, okay, but this is for like I forgot what state that was, right? But we'll come on another video and talk about that one, the Chancery Court, right? Okay, but the courts that I've seen, okay, are the Superior Courts, right? And the courts that I've seen are county courts and district courts, okay? Like, for instance, the Superior Court of California, right? Okay? Things are going to be in those courts, okay? So that's where you got to head, okay, to those offices. You're looking for the clerk of the court of whatever court you're in, okay? So if you know what court you're in, you know exactly where to go. Unfortunately, you have to go there, okay? Because you know what? I've seen many times where I'm just not going to get any information, over the phone. Because it's just so easy for them to hang up on me and not deal with me. They're playing bingo. They're on the phone, right? You're bothering them, okay? And they don't know who you are, and you don't know who they are, right? And if they told you who they were, you don't know for sure if that's true. They could be giving you the janitor's name, you don't know, right? So you want to ask, right, in person for the docket sheet, okay? The docket sheet will contain a lot of information. If you're in criminal court, let's jump back to what I was talking about. In criminal court, okay, if you're asking for the docket sheet, it will show you the first document that was filed in your case, okay, which would more than likely, if you're in misdemeanor court, it will be a complaint, okay, and it'll show you all the charging instruments against you, okay. What is a charging instrument, right? An instrument that charges you with a crime would be something like a complaint. You want to see the complaint. Okay, this is for felony court too, guys. Okay, you also want to see the information page. Okay, this is for both felony and county cases, misdemeanor cases. Okay, these are charging documents. These are documents that are charging you with a crime. Okay, now the docket sheet is going to show you, right, when these documents were listed. Okay, so this whole video is mainly more towards the docket sheet. I will talk about the complaint. I will talk about the information page on other videos, right, on this series that I'm doing. Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help people understand, right, the process of court, right, and you're more than likely able to figure out how to work a case, right, through time, just by getting your docket sheets. Okay, like literally you can learn how to fight a case just by looking at people's docket sheets. Start helping others. The more people you help, the more documents you get to see. And then you're not even seeing the documents, right? You're seeing how these attorneys file a motion, and then you see the other side on what title of document that they called their document, response to motion, blah 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 blah, right? And you see what the attorneys are doing, and you learn from this. Okay, this is what I've been doing. Okay, and not only that, right? But if you went to PACER, right, which is the federal government's website, right, the United States Courts government's website, right, the United States District Court's website, okay, it's pacer.gov, okay, PACER, okay. And if you register, it's free. You type in your prepaid card and you're good to go. Okay? And now you can buy documents, right, pertaining to cases that are and have been filed in federal court. Now you could search for parties. You could search for case numbers. You could search, for all corporations. You can search for anything that has been filed in federal court. Okay? And that's going to be another video. Okay? But the reason why I'm talking about that is because you'll see on how they have a docket sheet also. Okay? Now, I can't remember if that's exactly what it's called on but I know it's called docket, the docket list or something like that, right? Okay? There is also something called the docket list, like I was saying, okay? The docket list will be more consistent, more pertaining to the people that are appearing for a scheduled court date, right, for that hearing. Okay, so in other words, okay, and this has something to do with the docket sheet also. So this is why I'm telling you, okay, in relation, okay. So the docket list will show you when you have court. Okay. Your court hearing is scheduled on the docket calendar. Okay. So if you want to just, particularly just know how to speak to a clerk and tell them exactly what it is that you want and how to say it, okay, if you want to know when your court date is and you want to sound professional, okay, then you would call the clerk's office and you would tell them, hey, how's it going? Yes, my name is blah, 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 right? And my cause number is blah, 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 right? And I just want to know, could you please check the docket calendar and find out when it is that I have court? What time is it and what day is it? I just need to write this information down. Do you see how you just talked to them exactly the way they talk at work? You sound like you work at the courthouse. Like, seriously, right? So they're gonna give it to you. You know what I mean? Okay. Alright, guys, so I'm going on 15 minutes on this video. I don't want to go and ramble off too much, right? Because this is just, pretty basic information. The docket sheet, guys. That's what you're looking for. Okay? Also, the docket sheet, before I end this video, the docket sheet can be called, let me say it one more time if I hadn't said it, okay? The docket sheet can be called the case summary sometimes, right? And the docket sheet, you can refer to it as the index, you can refer to it as the table of contents, you can refer to it as the list of papers filed in your case. One more time, the docket sheet contains a list of all documents filed in your case. It contains the date and time that those documents were filed in your case. It will contain all information that consists of the names of the filers who filed that document. Okay, it will tell you if it was an attorney. It will tell you the filer's name. It will tell you defendant. It will tell you respondent. It will tell you however it is that case has been set up in that manner. Okay. It'll tell you any court-related event or any scheduled hearing that was past, present, or in the future. Okay, so once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. You're watching Dad versus CPS, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. If it's useful. And tune in until next time.